different types of abuse, the myths around abuse, and then we look at rape. We spend a session or two on rape, where we look at the dynamics, the emotions of a rape survivor, and we give practical advice in terms of the medical report and reporting at the police station and so on. We also then offer communication skills and then the counseling skills, and we also cover crisis counseling and telephone counseling.
My husband was abusing me in a lot of things. Money, he was hitting me. I was confused because some of our things, our traditional, they told me if you are a black people, and then you must stay. Even the man, if he's abusing you.
We create a very safe atmosphere for people to open up and share their experiences. And it's a learning for everyone because we're not always exposed to other people in other cultures. And our trainings are very dynamic in that way. And it's amazing at the end of the course what good buddies they become, because we share our values and we respect each other's values.
I'm so proud of Nisaa because I learned more things. Today, I'm here because of Nisaa. And then I'm a woman who know their rights. I can do everything because of Nisaa.
Several women that came for our courses, when they came in, when they started off very nervous, had their own personal issues, were afraid to come in for counseling because they saw counseling as, there's something wrong with me. They didn't realize they felt stigmatized if they had to come in for counseling, so they would join the training. And through that, they've healed themselves and they've gone on to help others.
I started to volunteer as a reservist police. I was not having a matric license. I was just a person to go there and start to volunteer there. Got all the skills. I go training, but now I'm a permanent police. And then I'm having a promotion, and then now I'm just waiting for the rank for sergeant. I'm proud of Nisaa today because I'm a woman of empowerment.
Women actually believe that if they are better wives, better mothers, if they dress better, if they cook better, they won't be abused. Also, women feel that once they get married, and often it's because of the lobola, or in Muslim culture, it's the meher. Once you get married and you've paid a certain amount as your dowry, you belong to your husband. So they start to believe that they belong and there's no option for them. They need to stay there. They need to leave their husband's home only in a coffin or in a shroud,
Some of our many campaigns have been really excellent.
One campaign that really stands out, and it's one that a lot of people would normally mention, but the sad part is that most of them don't even know that it is a Nisaa campaign. It was on buses. It had a message that said you're only half a man if you rape a woman. And this campaign really created a lot of debate. We had a lot of good and negative responses to the campaign, and I think for Nisaa that was something that was really important, to get people talking, getting a message out that really spoke about rape and the impact that it has, and sending out a message that it's really unacceptable was important for Nisaa at that particular time. And the campaign ran for a number of months on 20 municipal buses. In 1997, Nisaa launched a White Ribbon campaign. The response to the campaign was quite phenomenal. What Nisaa did actually with the campaign was to have white ribbons and distribute these using different organizations, also putting them in magazines. The ribbons were not just distributed on their own, they also had little pamphlets that had a message, act against violence against women, and people were really responding to that. One of the key issues that came up was around mainstreaming HIV/AIDS into our programs. We felt that this is really one issue that we couldn't ignore as an organization, And so what we wanted to do was to ensure that all of Nisaa's programs, although they would remain primarily focused on violence against women, we would also try to incorporate the issue of HIV/AIDS. And for the public awareness program, what we decided to do was to launch a campaign called the Red and White Ribbon Campaign.
We've done work in the SADC region, we've worked in Zimbabwe, we've worked in Swaziland with other gender-based organizations quite successfully. We've published a book and we continue to do, and that was hard because we self-published.
We've always felt the need to use different media in terms of raising awareness. We've in the past used radio a lot. We had a 30-episode radio drama which highlighted domestic violence and went out to community radio stations in different provinces. But currently what we're busy with is also a national radio project called Change the Tune.
Today we're going to be dealing with violence against women. In South Africa, the statistics of violence against women are absolutely frightening. What are we doing about it? And spoke to a group of sex workers about the violence that they experience on a day-to-day basis. I rather like the slogan that Sweat uses, which is, if sex workers are not safe, no woman in South Africa is safe.
This is very recent. It's an exciting and dynamic program that has just started. The name of the play that Nisaa was involved with Mehlomaya, was Flipping the Script. This is a play basically that follows the lives of 4 women and highlights the differences between the women, but also how similar their lives are when it comes to the issue especially of violence.
I was born in the small mountains of Mtlazatshe in Muthu.
Where is that?
Like hello, KZN. Haven't you heard of that?
Like hello? No. I'm from Cape Town.
I was married at 16.
16? You must be joking.
Shame, was it one of those arranged marriages?
No, it wasn't. I waited for my hero.
What do Muslim women wear underneath those robes?
Good question.
Because I tell you, I saw some Muslim women spying out some very sexy lingerie at Edgar's.
Yeah, do you wear G-string?
Oh, do you?
I wear what I want.
Sorry, it's just that, when I see a young, beautiful woman, entirely draped in a hijab, trailing behind this old man, big, bearded, not so good looking, I can't help but think, this is no marriage of love. Is she a prisoner? Is she being beaten? Is she hiding bruises? Can she be free in this faith? Why do I feel so sorry for her?
Nisaa loved being a part of this project because, a lot of people who had an opportunity to view the play actually loved it. Women felt that they were represented. They saw themselves in each of those stories that were told.
We are making a difference because if you've saved one woman's life, then it's worth existing.
Before I came into work at Nisaa, I was a victim of abuse. I had a very low self-esteem. I actually thought that I was losing it. I thought I nearly became mad. I was very depressed and I didn't trust people. I didn't have confidence in myself. And I think I was at that verge of not caring what happens to me anymore. It was very difficult financially, emotionally, and physically, psychologically. In every sphere of my life was actually challenged by the abuse. So I came to Nisaa for counseling, and then after that I started volunteering my services. Then in 2001, Nisaa employed me on a full-time basis. The respect and the treatment I got from Nisaa actually made me see that I'm still admired and I'm still a person. I am a good South African woman. So, and I don't have to blame myself for whatever I went through. And that it was actually a learning lesson. Then I started holding my head high, and then I became interested in helping other women in the same place where I used to be. Because of my personal experience with the justice system, I thought that it will be much better for other women to know about the services and resources available free, because I was once unemployed. So when you are unemployed, you think that because you don't have money, you can't get any help in South Africa. So I had to let them know that there are free resources available and that they can get help, and for emotional support as well, especially in courts and police stations.
We continuously look for forums to go to that we can re-establish that connection with other gender-focused organizations out there with a feminist perspective. We also continuously gather information around feminist issues, and some of us actually are members of the Feminist Forum that's just been started in South Africa.
When we talk about being feminist or not, feminist organization, what does it mean really? And I think the challenge is to really keep abreast with the developments in the feminist field. I think we sometimes tend to get stuck in the daily work, or also get stuck with very old feminist kind of ideas. We are not good at following up, the developments actually. One key challenge for any women's movement, feminist movement, is to learn to be respectful of other people's opinions or other kind of feminisms, if you want to call it. I think one of the ways is basically be very open to dialogues and to change, basically. Ideologies are not statics, I think, and we have to learn that too. We have a very committed board. We do meet on regular basis, quarterly basis. We really try to talk about, all the board members, to talk about these more ideological things, if you want to call it. And I think we don't appreciate enough the need to just talk. You have a space where you can just discuss things.
Nisaa has been very good at trying to make sure it does what it says it does. In fact, that was one of the findings of the very first evaluations that were conducted by Nell and Shapiro. And that gave us quite a lot of strength to face, many of the other challenges that came along. And then we realized that we had other challenges, kind of, dealing with funders, how to approach them, how to raise funds. And so we learned as we went on. And I guess what we realized is that, the challenges are always going to be there. A lot's going to depend on how you actually embrace those challenges. One of the fundamental challenges, we didn't know that we would exist. It's almost kind of from year to year. Financially, we had to be concerned about the sustainability of Nisaa. And that, we struggled with quite a lot, and in a sense continue to. There was a point where we had to close down and start again. But I guess because we grew up with that kind of instability, you somehow learn to cope with it and realize that, if you manage 15 years, I guess you can manage another year, another 2, another 3. But I think we're not working enough in partnership with government in South Africa. And I think that would start helping us if we start working together much, much more strongly. Nisaa's real vision is to ensure that women and children will live in a world free of violence.